Welcome back! Did you miss me? Because I missed you guys. Guys! I'm back. Welcome back to another... Hold on. Y'all, I don't got handy dandy, chill. Welcome back to another episode of YAP Sesh with Lima. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a blessed day. And if you are not having the best day, I pray that you have a better day going on. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. So, it's been almost a year. I have a whole list of what I'm going to be going through and what I'm going to be touching on because I've missed a lot. But while I am doing that for some of it, I'm going to be trying these new lashes that I bought. They're called something wide trendy. Y'all, I'm fucking tired. I'm so tired. I'm so drained. There's just so much to touch on. So much. I'm about to turn this air up just a little bit. If you guys hear air in the background, I apologize. I'm hot. Found out I'm anemic. I was wondering why when I would be driving half the time, I'd be turning the AC up and down like it's nobody's business. And I was very much just flabbergasted. A lot of updates. We're going to start off with what I have in the beginning of my list, which is senior year, basically overall. Y'all don't know what's been going on for my senior year. So that's what I'm going to be touching on. First, bitch, life is lifing. Prayerfully, this won't fall. Prayerfully, that's what's supposed to happen. But let me do my lashes. We're gonna start off with senior year. We're gonna start off with how I've been mentally and physically. Let's start there. I've been doing pretty shitty, guys, mentally. My mental has been fighting with my physical because I've been having a lot more health issues and stuff. So I stopped smoking, guys. Woo! Let's clap it up! I didn't want to. It wasn't really a choice. It was either I stop smoking or basically I die. Was really how it was. I don't want to go too much into detail with my health issues. I'm okay now-ish. I'm just taking it day by day and praying and hoping that it gets better because that's all I could really do at this point is pray. You know, I'm just kind of like fighting through, I guess, in a way. So let's stick on, actually. But y'all, I've been going to therapy. I'm not ashamed to say that no more. People do need help at a certain point in their life, and it is okay that I am needing to get professional help for whatever I got going on, because that's better than not getting help and me acting like I'm okay when I'm literally not. You feel me? So, you know, I can't do certain things that everybody else can do no more because I let this shit build up and get to a point. And that's not okay. But, y'all, I'm sorry if it looks like I'm just like hunched over, like I'm really in pain. But it's okay, guys. I wanted to make sure you guys get content, and I have so much to vent about in a manner that I could not vent about it like anywhere else. Like even in therapy, like I be trying to like sugarcoat that shit, like, cause it's just the way that I express myself. I don't want my therapist to look at me like I'm crazy because I'm laughing, because that's how I go. We're gonna go month by month, and we're basically going to digest and regroup what's been going on in my senior year that you guys have been missing, pretty much. So we have from November till now. Let's get started. Make sure you have a snack, make sure you have water, and make sure you're comfy because this is gonna be a minute. Let's get started, guys. Let's start with November. So stay with me because there's a lot of new characters that I'm about to introduce to y'all. If you're new here, in my old story times, I do this thing because I don't like to be too federal. Either way, if you know who I'm talking about when I don't use their names and use the code names that I do use, that's okay. You don't have to visibly say that. If you do know who I'm talking about, then keep it to yourself. I'm about to break down the nicknames, or I'm about to tell y'all the new characters that are going to be in this story time. And y'all just... Oof, that is seal. Y'all bear with me. We have 5 new characters and possibly a 6th one, but I'm not mentioning them in this video yet, just because I don't think they deserve that type of clout yet. Clout! If y'all don't, actually, I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. So I really truly did not realize all the way that like what people say can like actually stick with you. Meaning, there was this one time, I think it was like 2 years ago, where one of my friends, I had told them that I have ADHD, right? And that I take medicine for it. And they was like, you should not be openly telling people that. And for the longest, I literally did not understand what they meant and like why they would tell me that. Because why are you going to sit here and tell me that I can't tell somebody about my own problems? Let that sink in. So I got it kind of, but at the same time, what's the worst that can happen if I tell somebody that I got ADHD and that I take medication for it, or used to? That's what I'm getting to, y'all. So if I'm bouncing all over the place, I don't take medication for that shit anymore because I feel like the medication is what fucked me up in the first place. I feel like my personality is so like up and everywhere that when I was on the medication, the girlies or the guys who have ADHD know what Zoloft is. That fucking devil. Yo, that shit literally obliterated the fuck out of my body. It made me feel like I was a zombie. It made me feel like I wasn't even here. It made me feel like I wasn't even me. So I got off of it like a bad bitch should. And now I'm living my life to the fullest. Now granted, it took a lot of fuck ups to get here, but now I'm realizing I can truly live my life off that shit. But new characters. First we have Bounce House. Another big thing that I don't like to do is I don't like to use genders. You can kind of sum up based off of what I talk about and how I talk about it, the gender of these people. So I won't have to like visibly say it. Next, we have Mr. No Show. Oh! This person's gonna be in my episodes a lot. Because there's just so much to say about this person, but they don't even deserve that much clout. They don't deserve that much clout at all. But I need to talk my shit because this person really heavily, truly pisses me off now. They didn't before, but now they truly piss me. Then we have Debbie. You'll figure out who that is. Then we have The Ball. Last character that we're introducing is Good Times. Good Times. So, those are all the characters that are going to be in this episode, or at least new characters that will be popping up a lot throughout this new chapter of my life. But if they don't end up being in my life that long, then they probably won't be brought up that much. But you just never know. Oh, and Lovely's gonna be in this story. For the people who don't know, please go back and watch my story time on, I think it was a story time on that football game. Y'all will know who Lovely is. Go stop the video right now, actually. Everybody stop. Why are you still watching? Go check out that video real quick so you can know who Lovely is, get a little background on them, and then come back. I'll wait. Now that you're back, let's start off with November. November. So, for the people who know, last time I had made a video, I was with somebody who I described as the sweetest person. They were everything. They were amazing, yada yada yada. And honestly, that was me being delusional. I'm not saying that they weren't like such a sweet person, not saying that, but they weren't my sweet person, if that makes sense. So I'm realizing that I have standards. And in my past couple of relationships that I've been in, I have not truly stood up to my standards. I kind of let them slide and I kind of took whatever was given to me. Don't ever settle for less. If you want somebody who is kind-hearted and sweet and listens to you and you can laugh with, don't get somebody who's gonna bully you and calls you fucking bitch. I just couldn't deal with that. They were very much cringy. Is that harsh to say? They were a little cringy for me. They were just a little cringy. In my defense, I personally was not aware of their cringiness. I couldn't match their freak. Not saying that them as a human is a problem. I'm gonna just say that. But them as my significant other was a problem. So I had to let that shit go. I gotta pee. Cause I'm gonna be here for a minute. I gotta pee. Hold on, y'all. I might use the bathroom. Hold on. I'm back on the week! Oh, the baby! Yeah, more of the story is me and him ended breaking up. Don't want to get too much into how or why, but just know we just didn't work out. Yeah, we did it for like a good 2 months anyways, but I'm not gonna say I regret it because it taught me some things that I need to be taught. Now, moving on to December. December after the breakup, you know, I was going through it, yada yada yada. Then I go to this one party
with Bounce House. So I went to this one party with Bounce House, and there was a bunch of white girls there. I guess white girl wasted finna hit the party. I don't know. And I got white girl wasted finna hit the party. Like, I was having a grand ass time, and then I get stranded. Cause shorty whose house we was at, that I was supposed to spend the night there. Mind you, I was supposed to spend the night there. She called us at some point during the night and said that everybody got to get the fuck out, basically, is what I heard. Her mom didn't want nobody staying there. And I'm like, okay, but we have our shit here. We have our bodies here. What are we going to do? So we have to get all of our stuff. I go to the car. I make 2 calls. I call the ball, which is, you know, my ex, the one that I was with. And then I called Mr. No-Show. Oh! When I called Mr. No-Show, it was raps. I'm not gonna lie. It was raps. Like, I'm not gonna lie. More of the story is Mr. No-Show called, or Mr. No-Show was like, where you at? Send your low. I got you. I'm gonna come scoop. I'm like, okay, bet. The rest is history. Some point in December, I had did my dance solo to this song called You Stole the Show by Sienna Sparrow. It went good. It was good. I'm gonna put some pictures up here so you guys can see what I looked like, or at least the costume. This is my senior photo though, but it's the same costume I wore. And it was nice. I really love dance because it's like my way of explaining and expressing who I am and what I go through without having to verbally say it, because I don't like talking about my emotions. Now, I'm realizing I've always said I don't like talking about my feelings, but it's more so I don't like talking about in-depth feelings, vulnerability, vulnerable feelings, sadness. Fuck no. I'm still in wrestling at this point. And I go to this one wrestling comp that's like right around the corner from my birthday. Kid you not. More of the story is I got slammed on my neck. Don't ask how. I don't even fucking know. Bro, I was literally just sitting there doing what I needed to do. Hitting my shots, hitting my stance, you know, trying to go for a blast double or 2. I just remember at one point my body started flying. And then I hit my neck. Still fucked up to this day. Like, I have constant pain all day, every day because of that. But anywho, I ended up with a concussion. And now permanent neck damage. Wow. January. I'm not like trying to speed through this, but I just need to give y'all an overall checkup. If there's anything that I ever talk about in this list that you guys are like, hold on, I need a story time on that one, just put in the comments. Let me know. And I'm being so serious. If y'all don't put it in the comments, I won't know y'all want to hear about it. So this is the time where we really need to start using the comment section down below. It's literally down below. Link in the description. January, me and Mr. No-Show was still messing with each other. We was still, you feel me? We was still talking. Didn't stop messing with each other. And then they ended up having to go to fucking boot camp. Kid you not. I'm not going to say what branch. If you know, you know. If you don't, you won't fucking know. Because this is a touchy subject for me. But he was gone for like 2 months. So during those 2 months, it was really just me, myself, and I and my thoughts. And me trying to entertain myself after being solely attached to this person. Mind you, that I have history with. Mind you. Sorry, guys. Low-key, I've been wanting to do a detox for my phone. My phone physically stresses me out. But then it's like, how can I reach out to people for plans if I don't have my phone? But then at the same time, I don't even want to hang out for real. My birthday. My birthday, like I said, was right around the corner. So not only was Mr. No-Show at boot camp, I was trying my hardest to enjoy my birthday. My birthday went from good to fucking in the depths of hell. I can't even make that shit up. My brain remembers selective parts of why I couldn't do what I wanted to do on my birthday. I just remember I got in trouble. That's all I remember. Don't remember why, because my brain does this weird thing where, like, when shit happens that, like, messes with me in a way, I guess you could say triggers me, I push it down. That's called suppression. I'm heavy on suppression. So my actual birthday, I wasn't doing shit. I was in the house. Crying my tears out or crying my eyes out because I wasn't even able to see Mr. No-Show. I wasn't even able to go have this birthday dinner that I wanted to have because of all this shit. And it was a lot, and it fucked with me. But the next day, my mom and my sister took me to a hotel, and we had some dinner. You know, I had me a little nice filet mignon, like a fancy bitch. And then Mr. No-Show calls me out of the blue, and I'm like, okay. So my birthday is like at the end of the month. It's January 28th, 2008. So right after my birthday, I got fucking kicked out. Now, I'm not going to sit here and blame all of this on outside sources. I'm going to blame like 70% on me. Yeah, so I got kicked out. Didn't have my car. I ended up staying with one of my friends named Debbie. That's what we're going to call them. But while I was over there, majority of the time, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to bap, their energy did not give what I wanted, if that makes sense. It's not a person that I could see myself being around 24/7. Because you know there's people that you hang around and you get so drained, like you can't be around them no more. That's what I got from them. It was straight me just wanting to go home, but I knew I couldn't. Like, it was just a whole thing. Yeah, y'all, let's bring me back a little bit. Let's move on. March. I had my UNCG auditions for school dance, and I ended up making the school dance. Clap it up! It was an experience. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been in a dance studio or a dance facility that does African contemporary like that. You know, my school was predominantly whitewashed. So, not whitewashed, predominantly white. Because I don't like when people say whitewashed. People call me whitewashed because I have a certain dialect. Don't call me whitewashed because I have some knowledge. I don't like that. Next. But it was fun. It was worth the experience. So now I'm going to be attending UNCG this fall, and I'm so excited. Chicago. Oh! After it got to a point where I remembered that Mr. No-Show was graduating. They was getting out of boot camp. And I ended up going on a fucking road trip with his family, with their family, to Chicago to go see that man. Don't ever do that, because it all just ended up being shit. So, went there. Don't want to get too much into it, but just know that, like, I had a good time. It wasn't a bad time. It was just the shit that ended up, the aftermath, that pisses me off. Let me calm down. April. I went to a White Lies party with Bounce House, and it was fun. They didn't have a fucking speaker there, though. It was dead, so I used my car as my generous heart should. And we blasted music, because if I have JBL speakers in my car, of course I'm gonna want to, like, flaunt them shits out. Not saying that I want to boast on niggas, but I want to boast on niggas. We was on top of cars. Here's the clip right here. We was having a grand old time. I'm not gonna lie. We was doing the damn thing. Then Easter. Here's a clip, or a picture of Easter, the aftermath. Picture this. I'm in the kitchen. I'm chilling. I'm cooking. Next thing you know, I'm dancing and I'm shaving some sweet potatoes. Why the fuck did I shave off a piece of my thumb? Granted, it didn't end up in the food. You know, everybody was able to munch and have that good big backery they wanted to. But my thumb was my thumb. So I ended up in the emergency room because it was gushing blood. Sorry if that's a trigger warning if you guys don't like blood. I should have said trigger warning before. But, yeah. So then after that, I had prom also. This is what I look like for prom. And it was fun. It was really fun. It gave community. It gave, like, that's why I love school dances. Because everybody's there and everybody's just being themselves. Like, dancing, having a good time, community, true love, real bond, true friendship. And it was nice. There was this one song that played, and I was like off of it, I'm not gonna lie. And I was just like, oh, what is this melody? Because I've heard it before. It was that song, it's like, I know my man was gonna be waiting about a week ago. Hey! That song. Then after the prom, I started locking in on the fucking gym. Because I was like, you know what? I'm already pre-locked in, but let's, like, lock in and throw the key away. You feel me? So that's the point I got. I started taking creatine. I started heavy lifting. I'm talking, I think it was 437. It was either No, it was 437 on the leg press where you're on your back. 115 on the lateral pulls. I was doing about 30 plus push-ups a day. I'm locked the fuck out now, but I'm a lock in, guys, trust. But this is a picture of me at my prime going in the gym. My prime! And now we're here. May. Oh! Florida. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. If a dude says that he's gonna fly you out somewhere, please don't go. Under any circumstances. Unless y'all like really locked in like that, please don't go. I went, and this dude, Mr. No-Show, paid for the ticket, for the hotel room, for the food, for the alk, for everything. Let's move on. Grad walk. I went to do my elementary walk at my old elementary school. Also, I did it with Northern, but like, you know, Northern's bummy, so we had to split it apart and do my own thing. I went to Brooks Global Studies, the best elementary school out there. I don't care what nobody says. Why are you trying to argue with me? Arizona. I went to Arizona. It was my cousin's graduation. Well, 3 of my cousins' graduation. One of them graduated from college. One of them graduated from high school, and the other graduated from middle school. So we were all going there to support them, and I was having a good-ass trip. Kid you not. I was having a good-ass time. Who's texting me? While I'm so busy. Anywho, so... Oh, it's cold. More of the story is, don't text and drive. Arizona was fun until the last day. The day before, I was with one of my homeboys, and I'm not giving them a nickname because they're not really relevant. Like, they're not going to be brought up a lot because they stay in AZ, so they're not like, you feel me? But I was with them and we was playing pool, and then Mr. No-Show, because he's my boyfriend at the time, was not acting like my boyfriend. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm so confused. Let me turn this car off. And I was confused because I'm like, okay, you're my man, but you're acting like a fan. Make it make sense. Not even. You're acting like a fuckboy. But, anywho, last day of my vacation, I get a call. Dude's like, we need to talk. Oh! Because I'm already knowing where this is going to go. I don't even want to hear you talk. I don't want to hear the rest. Please just get off my line. I'm not going to lie. Y'all, there's so much wisdom I have to share about just shit that I've been through. I know it sounds like I've done a lot of just messed up, just BS. But I promise you, it gets better. Anywho, we had broken up, gotten back together for 2 days. So I flipped the script. And I was like, okay, you said you couldn't do this. Now I can't do this. So I broke up with them and I got my get back because I'm petty sometimes. Not telling y'all to be petty because that's not okay. But some people deserve it. What? Anywho, we're almost to the present. We got June and July. And then I'm going to just wrap up this video with a little summary. But June, dealing with the breakup, you know, because there was just a lot of shit, a lot of history that went into this one person, and I gave them too many chances that they didn't deserve. And I was solely always true on, I never gave a dude a second chance. And I was fine with that. I stuck with that. But this time I didn't, and I regret that so much. But it's 50-50. I regret it, but I don't regret it because it showed me that this person's not my person. And I need to let them go. And I've accepted that. It's okay, you know, to cry through it, but crying and missing somebody is not an excuse to go back to that person. Let that sink in. I'm hot again. Turn on the car. Then, not gonna lie, I lost a lot of friends. That high school theory where you graduate and you lose people is so true. It is so true. And it's not always a negative thing, but it's so true. Me and Lovely, no longer friends. No longer cool. No longer... That's just not my vibe. That's just not my cup of tea. And I'm okay with saying that. Because it's no ill will. There is some still confusion because it's like, why would you do that? You know, I'm not going to get into how things ended, but it's just like, why would you do that? Like, why? Like, I wouldn't even do that to somebody. It just doesn't make sense. And what pissed me off, I asked resources. Literal people who worked at the school to tell me, am I wrong? They couldn't find a reason. So I rest my case. But I'm glad I got that toxicity out of my life because, you know, there's a lot of friends that I was friends with, a lot of people that I was friends with that I didn't need to be friends with. And it's okay to cut off ties even if there's history. And I've learned that through friendships, through relationships. It's okay. And I apologize if I seem riled up. It's because I have not touched on none of this. I haven't thought about none of this in a hot minute. But then I had a night out with, I forget what I called this person. They're not really relevant no more, but we're just gonna call them, we're just gonna talk about them. We're not gonna call them a name because they're not that relevant. No offense. But I had a night out with this person. That was a whole thing. That was a whole night. Like, dead ass. If y'all want a story time on that, please let me know. Literally just comment, I want a story time from that whole night with the irrelevant person. Like, just ask for the story time and I'll give y'all the story times. Because me personally, that night, like, that would be a juicy ass story time. I might just tell y'all that story time, like, on my own timing, but because that was interesting. Like, the things that transpired throughout that whole entire night was just like, why? You know, like, kind of just like, you can drive a little fucking faster. Anywho, like, I know I'm a bad bitch, but you don't gotta sit and stare and, like, look. Like, I'm gonna wait till they keep going. Anywho, guys, I promise I'm a nice person. I'm just going through a lot. It's a lot built up, and I'm trying to work through it. What time is it? Because I know I gotta go soon. Okay, we're doing good on time. Ooh-wee! In 2 bergs. Okay, so, yeah, that night I was a lot. But then, to lighten the mood, I graduated, guys. Yay! I graduated from North Andover High School of 2026. Class of 2026, the best class. Who said that? Y'all, graduation was nice. It was very much overstimulating. What I didn't like was from graduation till a certain point, I was never to myself. I'm the type of person, I need time to myself to regulate my nervous system, to decompress. If I don't get that, or at least a freaking nap, then I'm just off my rocker. I'm off my rocker. But yeah, I graduated and I'm happy. And I start college in a few weeks. I think it's like 2 weeks now. I'm excited because it's a whole new world. Like, I'm going to meet so many other people. And I can't stand when I say I'm excited about college and for the college experience, people immediately go to, oh, I'm trying to be up and going. I'm trying to go hunch the first thing that I see on the block. Oh, I'm trying to be outside and go to parties. No, I'm excited to dance. I'm excited to travel. I'm excited to get my life in order with my career. That's what I'm excited for. Then July, July's too recent. I'm realizing July's too, like, now. I don't want to talk about one of the things because that was, like, a lot that I don't even want to touch on. I guess you could say it's a little triggering, but trying to get myself together, you know, going to therapy and getting all the help that I need so that I can be a better me, because I want everybody to get the vibrant version of me, not the version that's torn down with all of this shit piled on them, you know? But anywho, I know that was a lot to sum up in like 25, 26, almost 30 minutes. But I have places to be, people to see. So, if you guys like this video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on your post notifications so that you can be notified every time I post a new video. And also, side note, I finally got a sleeve, guys. I got me my first big tat, like literally 4 weeks ago. I think that's why I look so fresh. I did these on my hand, got this one done, so I'm a little more tatted up now. But yeah, life's gonna get better. Life's gonna get better. I gotta keep telling myself that. I gotta keep praying. I gotta keep God on my side, because at the end of the day, I can't really get through it without him. Yeah. Without further ado, guys, actually, please make sure that you comment. I'm being so serious, guys. I can't make this. Anyways, guys, we out.